Now the next thing I want to put in before I put in the island is I want to draw on the water of that river to make it really look like a river rather than a couple of lines. So let me make the bird disappear for right now by clicking the layer off, and this brings up another really important factor regarding stage view and how to draw on two-dimensional objects that you've already rotated in space. Now this background layer here is the one that I originally painted the lines on, and I drew them with my brush tool, but now if I try to draw on this layer, if I try to erase on this layer, I'm not able to do it. All I get is this no entry sign. I just can't draw on it, and I really want to paint some colors. So there is still a way to edit your line art after it's been rotated in 3D space. As you can see, it was drawn kind of flat like this, but I ended up tilting it so that it looked like a horizontal river. Anyway, the way I'm going to get to it, the only way you can get to edit that flat art after you've rotated it, is to go into the stage view. And what you're going to be looking for is this button, which is called Look at Selected. Now I'm going to drag this up a little bit so we can see that button even more clearly. Look at Selected. You can find that command also in the View menu, and there it is, called Look at Selected. And basically when I press that button, it's going to pop the whole scene in a way that my layer was originally facing me when I drew it, flat against the screen. And now I can take my brush and I can do whatever I want to, including coloring the scene, which I'm about to do. I want to create an effect with this river that is going to allow the water to be slightly transparent. So to do that, I'm going to pick a paint color that has an alpha component to it that is somewhat translucent. So I have one already here, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to make one from scratch. I'm just going to pick a color out of the color bin. I'm going to hit the plus sign to duplicate that color, and now I can't mess up the original color. I'm going to double click on the color in question, and now I'm going to slide this alpha slider down, which, as you can see in this window, is making that color somewhat transparent. So I just want a little bit of transparency to it, just enough so that it'll look like water. It's just a neat little thing that I'm going to do. And then finally I'm going to choose the draw behind option here, so that when I do draw, anything that overlaps that water line isn't going to obscure the line itself. And I'll continue this on just in case I run out of a room and I need to expand it. As you can see, I can see the ship down there in the water, which is exactly the effect that I was looking for. This is not something that you need to worry about. I just thought it'd be a fun effect to do. I also want to change the color of the shoreline to a more earth tone color, so I can just click on the black line to select it, or as a shortcut to select all of the black lines, I can go over to Select by Color tool as the red arrow, and I click on anything that's black and it'll select everything that's black. So let me find a nice earth tone, maybe something darker. Finally, I need to give a color to the earth itself, to the ground. So I'm going to go back to my brush, and I still have the draw behind setting and a nice big thick brush, and I'm going to pick another earth tone, and now just draw along the shore, and I can fill that in all I want to. And I don't mind, again, this is on draw behind, so if it overlaps the water a little bit, it doesn't bother me, because this isn't final artwork. It's just, it's just a storyboard or an animatic, and my point will get across. Mostly I just wanted to use these techniques to show the variety of different things that you can do and the ways that you can interact with your artwork, and especially the limitations of drawing artwork that's already been rotated. So you can see in the preview box here for the layer, I can already kind of get a view of what it's going to look like. If I go to the camera view, it still looks like a total mess because my elements are all in the wrong place. So I'm going to swing back, and at least now in stage view I can see the problem. I can see where everything needs to be placed. So it looks as if my ground plane, if you look in the side view, that purple line represents the ground plane that I've been working with. So it's all stretched out. So I'm going to go through and start moving things around. And this is the whole point, again, of the stage view, is that it gives you a chance to place all your 3D elements. You can really see it's like, oh, the ship is underwater there, and everything is slanted. And once I've put all my parts together, it's going to be ready to animate and ready to interact with the moving camera.